Yo, family, what's going on? What's going on? So once again, so I got pulled over in Houston, right? So I was out doing my runs and everything like that. And when I was pulling out, I was going like the wrong way. So the police seen me and I ended up pulling back because I was supposed to go a different route. And so, I was on the phone and everything like that. So once I drove out, I seen the police ran around. And then once he drove around, that's when I end up going towards like inside of a parking lane. The police pulled directly up to us and said, "Woo, woo, 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 woo." And soon he came up, he said, "Get out." Oh, I'm like, okay. So I ended up getting out the car. The police then told me, he ran my information. He's like, "Why you drive around with a fake plate?" And I said, "This is a banner, right?" So he's like, "What is that?" I said, "Pretty much, I represent the Republic, right?" So I said I made my own plate. So the police end up saying like, you don't have registration or anything like that. I'm like, "No, I don't have registration." He said, when he asked me, "Where's this car from?" I said, "This car is from Florida." I told him I bought it from Florida. He said, "Okay, where's it registered?" And I said, "The car not registered at all." So, and they man, they like, "It's not registered." Like, you just gonna say it's not registered. I'm like, "No, it's not registered." And so they gonna ask me, "So what's the vehicle plate number?" And I said, "I don't know." So they end up going through the system, right? They end up calling other units to come. They end up going through the system and they said, "What is the rear registration for this car?" And I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "The vehicle not registered. I'm just the owner of the vehicle, right?" They said, "You don't have your title with you?" And I said, "No, I don't have my title." So they gained way more suspicion. So then the officer came back and lied and said, "Hey, the car is registered in Florida and it does have a plate." I said, "What's the plate?" He said, "Man, DW." I'm like, "DW?" I said, "I don't have no registration in Florida." He said, "Yes, you do." And I said, "No, I don't." Right? So he ended up calling more officers, right? So right now we have 4, 5 officers came. One on this side, 3 on that side. No, one on that side, 2 on this side, one in the car. He running my information. So the one running the passport, the other one is just checking the VIN, right? And so, about 15 minutes later, they end up telling me, "Okay, you being detained." So they handcuffed me, put me in the back of the car. They ran my passport, and the information showed up, right? And so once my information showed up, they end up when I actually got a chance to see it, I seen them just doing a name search, right? So of course they seen the passport, but they had to check a different system for the name search. None of my state IDs showed up, nothing, right? It only showing like public records, like your background. So they showing my name, first, middle, and last name, no address, right? Just date of birth. And when they show my first, middle, and last name, they searched up warrants. No warrants. They said no warrants, absolutely no warrants, right? So with that being said, I'm like, no warrants. I'm like, because remember I told you guys, I don't show up to court for tickets. I got a total of 3 to 4 citations, and I haven't went to court one time for any citation. So any citation I ever received, I have never showed up to court. I never will show up to court for a citation, right? And so I just received a citation last month telling me I need to be in court, and I just got pulled over literally a day later. So that citation is out. Ain't no warrant for that. I got another citation back in Houston like 6 months ago. I didn't show up to court for that, right? Okay, so let me fast forward it, right? And so the officer checked my information. Then they ended up searching the car, right? Now I'm gonna tell y'all why they searched the car. Texas is really known for being like a drug trafficking state, right? So a lot of people do sex trafficking in Texas. A lot of people sell drugs in Texas. So they mindset wasn't solely about my right to traffic. They didn't give a damn about that. They was more focused on, is this vehicle stolen, or do he have drugs in the vehicle? Because the truck is really, really nice, y'all. I'm talking super, super nice. Because they kept complimenting the truck. They're like, "Oh, man, the truck is very beautiful," and everything like that. I'm like, okay. So they end up searching the vehicle, right? They ain't found nothing in the truck, right? Even if they did, who cares? So they didn't find nothing in the truck. And so about 10 minutes later, they was like, "Oh, man, you free to go?" They said, "Oh," and the officer said, "Yeah, man, I don't want to go through all this paperwork and everything like that. What else he told me? He said, it's up to you what you want to do with the plate, right? If you choose to keep the plate, it's on you, or you can do a voluntary dissolution. So basically, you can just get rid of the plate on your own accordance. That's what he told me. He said it's up to you. He said it'd be a good idea if you decide to get registration in the state of Texas. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not getting no damn registration, but I'm listening. I'm going along what he's saying. And after that, he said, you're free to go. He let me drive off. He said, drive clean off. No problems, no nothing. He didn't give me one citation. He didn't give me nothing. No, nothing. I didn't get a citation, nothing, not even a warning. He just told me, be careful. He said, because if you ever get stopped by another officer, they might just try to prolong and do another investigation. So that's what he told me. I said, okay. So, at the end of the day, I think the reason why I have very good right to travel stops is because I'm very focused. When people get stopped by the police, they almost like they get in survival mode and a survival instinct when they get pulled over. A lot of people like, and they like react so bad that it makes the officer, you put them in a predicament that they don't feel comfortable. They don't think you know what you're talking about. They don't think you a leader or anything like that. When they pulled me over, I didn't argue with them. I talked to them. I didn't try to overassert authority. I didn't even mention right to travel. Y'all notice that when I really deal with police, I don't mention it a lot of times, my right to travel. Even though we do have the right to travel, I don't mention it. I don't say nothing about it. I just either take the citation and go, or if they don't give me a citation, they might let me off. Most of the time I get let off, sometimes I get citation. Most of the time now I've been getting citations, but now I ain't been getting no citations. So I guess that's a good thing, right? So yeah, right to travel, we won again, another success story. More information gonna keep coming soon. Anytime I deal with any police officer, I'm always gonna record it. I mean, not record it, but explain what's going on. And I didn't record it, y'all. I don't know why I don't do that no more. I stopped recording myself getting pulled over by the police because now it's getting irritated. It's pretty much like repetition. You see exactly the outcomes. You see how good it can be. But it also is a flip side. Things happen, right? But I was prepared to go to jail, or I prepared to get let off, right? It's just the good news came with getting let off. I've never been to jail just for right to traveling. It was some other stuff that I've been in jail for on a whole nother situation. But with that being said, family, have a great day. Y'all, I'm out. Peace and love.